Okay, so for today's video, we're gonna make this headband, and what we're gonna use is I'm gonna use this yarn, but you can use another color, and I'm gonna use a Vernat baby blanket in the color Little Sandcastles. Okay, and together with that, I'm gonna use my Loom knitting hook, and I'm gonna use my 24th loom. So to start, we're gonna get the end of our yarn, and then I'm gonna make a slip knot. I'm gonna attach to the anchor right here, and I'm gonna wrap in 10 pegs. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then I'm gonna go back, and when I need to go back, I'm not gonna wrap in the last peg that I wrapped. I'm gonna go directly to the next one, and I'm just gonna wrap all the loops that I already wrapped. And then once we get to the last one, I'm gonna get my hook, and then I'm gonna start knitting off, and then I'm gonna knit off the rest of the loops. Okay, and this is gonna count as our first row, and it's important for you to keep track of your rows, okay? Alright, so now our tail is in this side, so we're not gonna wrap the first peg, and not wrapping the first peg is gonna give us a clean edge. So okay, we don't wrap that one, but we go to the next one and we wrap in the rest of the pegs. And if you remember, we didn't wrap this one in our last row, so we're gonna wrap it. So in few words, we're not gonna wrap the first peg where we end, but once we finish it, we are gonna finish the previous loop that we didn't wrap. Okay, so this is our second row, and we're gonna repeat the same thing for 25 rows, which we already have 2, so we're gonna wrap for 23 more rows. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I come back once I finish my 25 rows. Okay, and one more thing, after a third or our second row, we're gonna remove this loop in the anchor. So every time that we're finished a row and we're pushing the loops down, it's like our project is coming down. And this one, when it's in the anchor, it's like holding it right there, so it's not gonna let it go down. So yeah. Okay, so I just finished here my 25th row, and our next step is we're gonna do this part right here, and to do that we have to divide this. And so we wrapped 10 pegs, we're gonna divide it 5 and 5. So, and to do that, again, we don't wrap the first peg. So that's our first peg. So we're wrapping the second. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we get our hook, and then we need off, and that's gonna be our first row. Okay, so now we push them down, and then again we don't wrap the first one. So that's our first one, and then we wrap the second. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we need off, and that's our second row. So we are going to repeat the same thing for 15 rows. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then once I'm finished here, I'll come back to keep doing the rest of the 5 pegs. Okay, so I just finished my 15 rows, and this is what I have right now. So now I'm gonna get my scissors, and I'm gonna cut not too short but not too long, and then I'm gonna remove the loops from the peg, but we need to remove them really carefully so we don't lose the loops that we have. So we remove the first 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we don't mess with it. We just leave it there so we don't, like I said, so we don't lose the loops that we have there. Okay, so now we're gonna get our yarn. We're gonna make a slip knot. We're gonna make a slip knot, and then I'm going to insert my loop in the first peg here of my unfinished project right here on this side, and I'm gonna wrap in the next 4, 3, 4. Okay, and then we have 5 loops now, and we're gonna need off, and this is gonna be our first row, and we're basically gonna be doing the same thing that we did in the other side. We're gonna keep wrapping until we have 15 rows, and the one that we just make is the first one. This one that we're doing is our second one. So yeah, we're gonna keep doing that, and once we finish the 15 rows, we're gonna come back and then we're gonna put it together how it is right here. Okay, so I just finished the 15 rows for this side, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna remove the loops carefully so we don't lose them. Okay, so once we have them like this, once we remove and we cut this little tail, we have this. This is what we have right now. So now we are going to cross them like so, and then now I'm gonna get these two and put them inside the loop, and then I'm gonna get this side carefully, and then I'm gonna place the loops in the pegs. So there's 1, there's 2, 5. And careful with this one because here we have the tail. So once we put the other one, the first one, we go and get the other one and just make sure that it's not twisted, okay? Because once we put it right here, we cannot go back. So we make sure that it's not twisted, and then we keep putting. So there was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Our last loop is where we have the tail, so that's our last one. Okay, so now we have our 10 loops back in. So now we get our join again. We make a slip knot. We make a slip knot. And then I'm gonna place it in the first loop right here. I'm gonna make it tight. And then what I'm gonna do with these two tails, the tail that I just put and the tail that I have there, I'm just gonna make a knot so they don't get undone or something and we lose the loops. So I'm gonna make a knot. So now here we have 2 loops, so now we're gonna wrap in the next 9. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So now we get our hook, and then we're gonna knit off. And this is gonna be our first row. The first row of 25. We are basically gonna repeat what we did right here. So this is our first one, first row, and then again we don't wrap the first loop, we go directly to the second one and we wrap all the loops, and then we knit off, and this is gonna be our second row. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna keep repeating the same thing until we get 25 rows. This is our second, so we need 23 more rows. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that and come back once I'm done. Okay, so I just finished the 25 rows. And now what we're gonna do, we're gonna push all the loops down. I'm gonna get my yarn and then I'm gonna put it around the loops that I did, and then I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna get my my needle. Gonna put the yarn through it, and then I'm gonna remove each loop carefully to not lose the loops, and my project will get undone. Okay, so now this is that project. I'm gonna get this side together with the other one to have the wrong side like so. I'm gonna get my needle. I'm gonna put my needle through the first loop, and then I'm gonna go to the first loop in the other side. Okay, so I know I was out of shot here, but all I did was literally putting the two sides together, and with my needle I just like went through the loops from one side and got the loop from the other side, and that's what I did all the way until my headband was completely closed. And I know that's irritating that I was out of the shot all the time, but yeah, that was it that I did. I just put the two sides together. Okay, and once we're done, we're gonna make a knot right there. So this tail that we have here, which is the other side, I'm just gonna get my needle and I'm gonna pass it through all the stitches just to hide it. And that's what we're gonna do with all the tails that we have. We're just gonna hide it through all the stitches we have. We cut. Okay, so once we hide all our tails, we get our headband and just flip it to the right side. And this is our hat. Okay, so now I'm gonna try it on my model. So yeah, this is our headband. So yeah, this is the end of the tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope it was easy to follow. So yeah, I see you guys in my next one.